All right, Ralph, you're on.
Hi everybody. Finally, Saturday, coffee cake time. But now you're at my house to see the real deal. How I really do it and why I do it. Well, I only do it because it's for you guys, I'm sure. Everybody at camp. It's going to be a recipe that I've used for years. And it's also going to be like a 3-part recipe. There'll be a part where it's the batter, and then there's going to be a part where it's the filling, and then there's going to be a part also where it's crumb topping. So there's 3 components to make this particular coffee cake. I'm going to start off by measuring all my ingredients and putting them in bowls. So when you go to do it at home or whoever is doing it, it will be a snap. It will be a no-brainer, as they say. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay out all my bowls.
All right, let's see how you do this.
Whatever I believe I'm going to need. Here they are.
Okay.
As I go along, I'll snag a few here and there.
All
I'm
right.
going to start off by, I have to melt some butter. And it's calling for 1 cup of butter. So, here's what you want to do. I'm going to read the back of this package and see how much it is.
Yeah, it should be 8 tablespoons.
Half cup.
Yeah. I think that's a half a cup.
So 1 cup, I'm going to need 1 cup. Because I don't want to mess it up, I'm going to measure it. Okay?
Oh, yeah. Nice music you have on, Ralphie.
Well, thank you. Everyone loves good old jazz. I'm going to take some butter out. My very first ingredient is the butter. Open it up. Pretty straightforward. In my kitchen, all my tools are very handy because that's the way I work. I don't really take too many steps for any reason. I got it around me. So here's where we're starting off with the butter.
Okay.
Put it in.
How much butter? 1 cup?
We have 1 cup here.
Okay.
And I'm going to post the recipe to everybody so you'll be able to see it. Turn it on and melt it. I have to keep a good eye on it and make sure it's okay.
Oh, Ralphie, that's a nice stove you have.
Well, thank you. It's, everything I have is old school and, even myself. Now we're going to go over to the next ingredients, which is going to be the sugar. I'm leaving it in there so you can recognize Domino sugar. If I just try to put anything else in there, I'll confuse you, and I don't want to do that. This sugar. That's calling for 1 cup. Here we go. Let me measure that. This cup of sugar. And you get 2/3 of a cup of brown sugar. So we got a few things going on here.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And how much sugar? White sugar?
What we have here is
1 cup. Okay.
That's going to go in there.
So we got butter, sugar. Maybe some brown sugar coming next.
What we're going to do is 2/3 of a cup of brown sugar. So here's a 3rd cup measure, so I'll do it twice, and that will give me what I need. 1.
See, kids, math is important after school.
Very much so. It's a science. This is baking and cooking are 2 different animals. You really need to be precise with this on baking. Cooking, you can get away with quite a bit. Now, it's more or less the procedure of what I'm doing here to make this thing work. So far, I have those 3 ingredients in. I'm going to melt it down.
The butter, the 2 sugars. Got it.
Come over here.
Okay.
I'm going to melt this down. Let it soak. Just enough to dissolve it. I got it on a high setting, but you can put it on medium. You don't want to You don't want to overcook this in any way. You just want to melt it.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
All right, take a look
Back
at
to my
that.
recipe again. It's calling for 3 eggs. So, simple enough. There's my 3 eggs. Now I start to
Oops.
use
Making
these
a mess.
containers here.
Sorry, Ralphie made a mess.
It's okay.
It's okay.
I can use 3 containers here so I can have it all together. So we got that.
Okay. 3 eggs. Cracked.
It's calling 3 eggs. Now it's calling for vanilla. It wants 1 tablespoon of vanilla. And here it is. Don't be afraid to use nice.
Oh, you got a little friend in the kitchen watching.
Oh yes, it's the chef. He's in the house.
Chef Sven.
He wants to
Oh,
work for me.
there he
Can you
is.
blame him? Not really. I'm not going to use one ingredient I won't use. It's going to call for some salt. Salt
Mm-hmm.
here. Shut off this here because it's just to melt it only. And that's it. That's perfect.
Okay, so you don't have to get it all the way
Not at all.
melted. You just want it
It's gonna-
soft
it's
and
gonna melt
warm.
Anyway.
Okay. I
Before
made a
it's
little
done.
mess there, kids, but you know, clean as you go along.
We'll clean as we go along.
All right, here we go. I'll do that. All right, very responsible here.
And we're gonna
There
use
we
our
go.
salt.
Oh
Use
boy,
1 teaspoon of
That's
salt.
that's hot.
I think it's a little heavy, but we don't need that much. Maybe even a half teaspoon.
Teaspoon, half teaspoon. Yeah, probably half
1 will be
teaspoon.
okay.
Okay.
2 doesn't matter. And then we're gonna get the baking powder.
So in that bowl, you have the eggs, you have the vanilla, you have the half a teaspoon of salt. Got it.
Now, in this bowl, we're gonna put the baking powder in. 3 teaspoons of baking powder.
Okay.
This is gonna be
In the same bowl or different
no,
bowl?
That one's gonna be in a separate bowl.
Ah, dry bowl.
There it is right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, dry, stand dry. All dry ingredients are gonna pretty much stay together.
Okay.
And then you got 1 1/4 cups of milk. So here's 1 cup. Here's 1/4 of a cup. Oh,
Yeah, Mets a Mets.
I think we can do it.
Yeah.
Back to my recipe. Making sure that I have all the ingredients I need to get in there. I have. So I always do a double check on what I'm doing stuff. So I get the butter in, I get the sugar, I get the brown sugar, I get the eggs.
Yeah,
I have
there's
vanilla,
your eggs.
I have the salt. That's already in.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have the milk, which I just did. And now here comes the 3 2/3 cups of flour.
Okay.
That's going to be a little bit of flour. So I'm going to recognize
Bigger
the
bowl.
being big enough so I can do this.
Okay.
What I do is here's the flour I'm using. It's an all-purpose. I put it in the bag so you can see it.
Oh yeah.
No, if I don't let you see it, you're going to wonder what it is I'm talking about. I don't want to do that to anybody. I don't want to lose you. And remember, when I do this coffee cake for all you folks, I'm doing it for 600. Right now I'm doing it for Lou and I, which is a good-sized coffee cake. So it's a little different at home. So here I go. I'm going to measure the flour.
Okay.
1. There's 2. There's 3. They're level. Nice and level.
3 cups
2/3.
and 2/3.
I know 2/3 of a cup is right.
Oh
I'm
sure.
long enough to know 2/3 of a cup. Making sure it's like that so you can see it's only 2/3. Now that's the true measurement right there. And if I why, so what I'll do is I'll put all the containers in my wonderful two-bay sink, as you see.
Very professional.
It's just fun quality over here.
Very professional.
This is not a joke, my house. So we're gonna put this together. And as I go along, I'm gonna try to put stuff away. Makes sense. Okay, this is no bad. You don't want to keep any kind of stuff that can go bad out ever. You always want to keep it as cold as you can. Salt's gonna go bad. As you go along, Alright, I managed to make a little bit of a mess, but that's okay. I live here, I deal with it. I know the maid looks a lot like me. Wait a minute, it is. Alright, so now we have all the ingredients. Like this. Everything is there. Now I'm gonna bring out the big boy now.
Uh-oh. Where's he going? Where's he
I'm
going?
gonna bring the mixer out. Plus, I'm gonna mix my machine.
Now any kind of mixer can work.
Yeah, well, you can do it by hand if you want, just a regular house mixer, a small one.
Yeah.
As long as the bowl's big enough.
That's
No,
it.
no, you know, knowing you have to get all the ingredients in there. So here we are. There's a bowl size I'm using. Well, everything's kind of on deck, and I'm working it, and I'm kind of, listening to some jazz. I'm gonna turn the oven on.
Okay.
Because without a preheated oven, the game's over. So preheat the oven. Turn it on, the bottom. I got a setting right here from 350 degrees. That should be fine.
Okay.
When I got it all together, then we'll have it. Okay. So this is the batter. This is the batter part of the deal. Okay? This is just the batter. And it's pretty simple. It's a one-shot deal. It's a one-stage mix, I call it. Everything going in. But it's going in stages of the liquid first.
So the batter is what? Everything mixed together?
Yeah, all the batters, all the ingredients that I've just put together in this batter.
Okay.
I'm going to do it in 3 stages. The batter, the inside filling, and the crumb topping. So there'll be 3 components to make this. Now, if this was camp, I would always be yelling to 1 or 2 people, "Get out of the kitchen! Oliver, get out! Lydia, get out!" But you know I'm only playing. That's the camp. That's real camp. Here we go.
All right, what are we doing
Now,
now?
next ingredients I'm going to put in is the baking powder that I so lovely measured. It's going to go there.
Okay.
And I'm going to put the eggs in no particular order, knowing that the flour is going in last. Okay?
So baking soda first, or baking powder
Baking
first.
powder will be
Then the egg bowl
Yeah,
that had your vanilla and milk. And what was that?
That was the milk.
Milk? Okay.
Now it is already there. So what I'll do is this. I'll put the machine on. And then. Make sure that my machine is locked.
Okay, so this is what it's gonna look like.
Now this is it. This is
Your wet stuff.
That's all
first.
That's all my liquid. That's the melted butter, the vanilla, the milk, anything that was liquid, the baking powder. It's all in there right now. It's all mixing up. talking maybe a minute. You want to incorporate it well. And you don't want to beat it, you just want to get it incorporated. So I'm going to give it a little more time.
Okay, not too much, just a minute.
Just about a minute.
Okay.
You don't need to kill it. The key on this one now is shut up.
Okay,
And
so
put the
that's how
flour.
it looks like before you put in the flour. A little gritty. Okay,
And the trick
but that's
on
the
this
sugar.
here is
Yeah.
not to overmix this part. Do not overmix it.
Okay to put it in all at once?
All
All
one
right.
shot because it will absolutely go.
Oh, take it easy.
And this
There
is
we
going to be
go.
all batter.
So this is a low speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get a little higher, just not to incorporate it.
Now you see it's starting to get thick.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. That's what it should look like.
And if I did it that way, I don't have to scrape the bowl. I don't have to do anything. All I got to do is just sit back and let it happen.
Nice.
I'm a stickler. I like to taste everything to see just what kind of a do I have all the ingredients in. Wonderful. That's it. That's the name of the game. Don't overmix it.
Okay,
Don't even
so
think about overmix.
so that's the cake part of your coffee cake.
I'm gonna put this aside right here,
Yeah.
so I know what I'm doing now. I'm gonna take this here, dish, and it's approximately. Let me read it. If I read it, I'll give you the exact.
What does that look? 6 by 9, 8 by, I don't know.
Yeah, it must be a 9 by 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 inches high. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get spray. At home, you might use what they call it
I'm
PM.
blocking the other camera.
And I spray it heavy. And move this way so you can see it.
Now, is that, can you use butter if you don't have
You
that?
can use butter, but I would recommend this.
Okay.
This is gonna make it not stick and bake through, you know. So that's ready. That's ready. I will take
Less greasy, I think, too.
almost all of my batter. I'll take about half of my batter. Because that's what I should do. And I'm gonna put it in. Let's call it
Cut.
just.
You gotta take the beater out.
We'll take it out.
That's okay.
It's all good. It's all good and good. I only put it like I have to batter it because what's going to happen next is I'm going to make a filling for it and it's going to go inside. So if I'm going to do that, I can only put half of it. I have my handy sink right here and like I say, it's there. Alright, now I'm going to make the cinnamon filling. It's going to call for 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar.
Okay.
How you like me now?
Hey, there you go.
And yeah, okay. And then
So is this what goes on top, or is this the filling?
This is going to go inside.
Ooh,
And I can do
okay.
this here in
Part
a
2
bowl like this.
of the 3-part saga.
Exactly. Here's the cinnamon.
All right.
2 teaspoons.
2 teaspoons. Got it.
Yeah, another 1 teaspoon. It's all dry. So
Oh, you need a sous chef.
I need help. I need help. Help me. Somebody help me. And let's not forget our boy over here.
Oh, Sven. Yeah, he's useless.
Just saying what is.
He's just hanging today.
Yes, they do. Okay. Just like cinnamon.
2 teaspoons. Got it.
That's where it is. The 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar. There's one back here. Here's a cup measure. Everyone knows it's the way up. That's 3/4. You want to put on something level. so you get a true read, okay? And there that is. That's going to go right here. Just
Okay.
like that.
Into the bowl with the cinnamon. Okay.
And I'm going to also take some flour. I'm taking 3/4 of a cup of flour. Do this. That's going to get mixed up. Okay?
Got it.
Just. I don't know about you, but I'm hungry already.
Mmm. Oh, clean up my mess here.
And usually what happens, I'm going to kind of try to recite what happens at camp. Right around, I have to estimate, right around 9 o'clock to 9:30. It's pretty much an open meal. People will go and they'll go and say a prayer and stuff, go up to the hill and do what they normally do. They'll come back and they'll grab the coffee cake. And here it is. So,
Oh, what are you adding there? More cinnamon?
yeah, that's just because I'm doing it right.
Ah, a little color.
I just need a little.
Mm-hmm.
So here's
All
what's gonna
right, so
happen.
that's your cinnamon.
What's going in?
And that's, what else is in there?
Cinnamon and brown
Let's
sugar.
repeat, brown
and
sugar
flour.
and flour.
That's
So a little streusel.
that's the thing.
And you're just laying it across like a center layer.
And I'm
And
gonna cut it in. We call it cutting it in. See
okay.
it? Just
Oh, yeah.
try not
Let's see
to
what
really
you're
get the
doing
bottom
here.
too much.
So you're cutting into the wet batter so that that dry goes down.
So that's all in.
Ah.
That's gonna go in like this. Then, because I can, I'm gonna put more of the batter in. I have a little extra left over that. We'll do some little cupcakes.
Ooh, I like cupcakes.
Here's the rest of the batter going on top. This is as much as you want to go. 2/3 of the way up with the batter. You don't want to go too much more than that, or it's going to go over.
Overflow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It'll be a mess.
And our oven's preheating while you're doing all this, so it should be nice and
yes.
warm.
So this is the this is pretty simple. Trying to just put this on top. It's the second layer thing. You know, you can see what I'm doing. Yep. So as everybody's going to, you know, getting up and getting ready to eat food, I've got this made. I make this the day before. I always make Saturday's breakfast the day before. In camp, because it's a Jewish camp, the tradition is you're not going to be cooking in the mornings, at least until early afternoon at best. So I'm trying to keep in tradition.
Ah.
All right? It's been driven into me by many people
Ah.
to get it right. Sharon being one of the #1 persons to keep me in line. Believe me.
Oh, I'm
When-
blocking the
if
camera.
If you met Sharon, you know what I mean. She'll keep me in line. So, one kudo for her. Now I'm going to go along and make the crumb topping. This one here is going to call for 6 tablespoons of butter. I'm going back here.
All right.
Get more product. You can read it on here also. It tells you how many tablespoons on the stick of butter.
Ah, I think it's 8, right?
You can see, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah, see
This
that
is-
kids? Everything tells you.
this is what's going on there. Now I'm going to take down another pan and dirty another pan because I can.
Ha.
I got
So,
'em.
so now we're gonna do what goes on top. Step 3, part 3.
This is the third.
Okay.
It seems to be complicated, but it really is not. I'll put it back on.
Oh,
Turn that
yeah.
on. Naturally, I'm going to dirty every pan in the house because that's what I do.
Ah, the maid will do it.
Normally there's a crew right behind me cleaning, but
Where are they?
they love their Ralphie. Don't know why. There it is. That's nothing.
So what you been doing this summer, Ralphie?
Well, I've been working at the bakery, seeing that the at my regular job, seeing the camp is not in session, but I'm missing camp like most people are. Basically, keeping busy in my yard. Here, we're gonna throw in 1 cup of light sugar.
Okay.
Here it is.
So for the topping, you need sugar.
I'm going right in. It's melting.
Okay.
Those are your
And the
ingredients.
butter. How much butter was that?
That was right here. It's on the recipe card.
Okay.
So you will see the card showing you how much.
We'll post that later.
Alrighty. Then you have sugar's already in.
There's your
Cinnamon.
almost ready cake with filling.
Cinnamon's next.
So butter, sugar, cinnamon. Pretty much the same things that are in the middle.
Pretty much, but in a different way. Here's your cinnamon. We go a little heavy here on this because I want a nice dark.
So that's like 2 teaspoons maybe.
It would be
Or tablespoons,
a teaspoon
actually.
and a half.
Oh, a teaspoon and a half.
And
Okay.
then I'm gonna go back for the flour. I'm gonna grab a cup. 1 cup of flour. Okay.
So the same 4 or 5 ingredients, make the whole thing.
Yeah, they are. They're just
Pretty
just
easy.
tossed around in different ways.
Ah,
That's enough.
all right.
Just like that. Barely melt. Barely, just not even. Just enough to give it a. In the real world, in the baking world, they call this a streusel topping or a streusel topping, and it doesn't change. I hope if you like this particular video, that you'll let me do a few more in the future, like granola, your favorite.
Oh, I want to know how to make
And if
that.
you really twist my arm, I'll do the whole Chinese dinner for you. The general chow, the vegetables, the rice. I'll do the whole thing. You just gotta let me know.
Like this video many times.
You wanna take a look in here? See what the ingredients and stuff look like?
So this.
Here's the butter. It's warm. I mean, it's barely, I don't want it melted completely. I just want to soften it up.
Yeah. And you don't want to melt the
No,
butter
not too
because it
much.
gives you that
Yes.
crumbliness.
Right, I just want to soften it up.
Got it.
And the less that I mix this, the best that I mix this. Don't mix it a lot, because that's what you don't want. Because it'll turn into almost like a cookie batter. You don't want that.
Yeah.
And here we go.
So you want it nice and crumbly.
That's on top. If there's a little bit of butter sticking out, no problem, because it's just going to melt in anyway.
Exactly.
Okay? Load it up.
Oh, that looks easy, Ralphie. Look at
And that's
that.
it.
Anybody can make that.
I'm just make a few cupcakes with this over here.
All right. So.
Okay. This is ready for the oven.
Ho, 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 ho.
Okay. Here we go. It's going in my 1933 stove, which works.
Yay, Craigslist.
I give you a tour of the whole house, but that's gonna cost you.
Maybe another time.
Oh yeah.
If you like this video, Ralphie will give you a tour of his house and all his toys.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Keep liking it, kids.
Here it is.
All right. So how long is that?
It's in the oven at 350 degrees. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a reference of 20 minutes. And I'll check it.
Okay. See you in 20 minutes, Ralphie.
20, check it, and then I'll adjust the amount of time I think it needs. That's something you'll have to do at home. You'll have to keep an eye. You'll have to know when it's done. Usually you touch it, and it will bounce back kind of nicely. You don't want to overbake it, and you don't want it to sink. So there's a happy medium. Some people get a toothpick and put it in there. and they come out nice and clear,
Yeah.
meaning it's done. But if anyone has baked at home or has done anything in the kitchen, we'll have a good idea of what's going
Well,
on.
we'll show you that when it comes out of the oven. Thanks, Ralphie.
Well, hope you enjoyed the video. Like I say, I miss everybody. See you soon.